of Clan Cherry, and I remember he organized like an outing with Clan Cherry, which I was in the clan. Like in Korea, you had basically so to speak two teams. You had the clan, which is the friends that you play with on BattleNet, and you had a team. Your team is like your sponsor that you play tournaments under a certain tag, and that usually they pay you a salary and they sponsor you and stuff. So a lot of Korean players, they had a clan and they had a team. And in this case, I already had a team, but I joined the Cherry clan because, I was living in Korea at the time, and obviously I was playing on Kalimdor, and just like hang out with those guys, play some games with them, play some clan wars sometimes against like Wera and stuff. I think LawLiet was on Wera actually at that time. And yeah, so one day Lucifer, he organized an outing where like we would go get some food and then we'd go to an internet cafe, and I went there and there was so many people. I couldn't believe. It was like, I think 15 people or something. We went to a restaurant and we had like 3 tables. And then we went to an internet cafe and like so many people came as well, and everybody was playing War 3. It was pretty sick. I remember like, going Warden, by the way, pretty cool. I remember we played a clan war against Wera one day, and like we were doing pretty bad. And then I came out and I think I all killed. It was like the all kill format. And I think one of the games was against LawLiet on Twisted Meadows. And I think I wasn't doing that well, and then I had like a sick fight where my Mountain King like clutched and stuff and did a lot, and then I won. Against LawLiet's dreaded Blade Master.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, Cherry was a nice clan. I think Suseya was in it at some points, maybe. And Rain as well. If you guys remember Rain. I can't remember. Suseya was on Wera or Cherry, or both. My memory is like very blurry when it comes down to like really old stuff like this. There was a guy, what was his name?
A player's forces are under attack.
There was a Korean undead. Damn, I've got such a bad memory. I kind of wish there was like really good pages to consult the old tournaments and I see the name, because it will give me a lot of flashbacks of like good memories and stuff. But I remember, yeah, there was a couple of really good players that weren't that known that I used to play with. Yeah, FOV, obviously. Next time I go to Korea, if I don't see FOV, I'm gonna be on massive tilt. Because the last time I went there, I was planning on hanging out with him, and then I didn't get to meet him. But he was opening a restaurant. But last time I was there, I met with Focus, LawLiet, Sok, and Lucifer. Like these guys, they're always down, and Remind as well. These guys are always down to hang out. That's what I like. Like, you know them for such a long time, like you think some of them might not give a shit, but then if you go to Korea and you ask them to hang out, they're down. Actually, Roti was in Korea recently to cast StarCraft GSL versus the World. And I heard that he met and hung out with Lucifer and Remind, so... I wonder what Remind's doing these days. Like when I started playing Warcraft 3 again, a while back, he was like one of the active players and one of the good ones, but I don't know, like, I don't know why he kind of vanished since then. Like, Remind has always had motivation issues. I think he gets a little bit burnt out with the game. But it feels like this time he's like... It feels like he's not coming back right now. Like, he hasn't played for a while and I don't see him playing or anything. I hope he comes back. Like, Remind is definitely one of the nicest guys in the whole scene. So do you remember King Crimson, human player? Yeah, I remember him. I think I didn't like King Crimson at first. Or something. And then somehow he kind of grew on me. And now I kind of like him. I don't remember if it was King Crimson or if it was Caravaggio. But I remember that in WCG 2004 in San Francisco, a human player... It might have been King Crimson. Won against Mad Frog. And I remember like I was standing in the players area like looking at some of the games. And as he won the game, you know, I was walking around. He stood up and he was so happy. And he looked at me and he shook my hand. Almost as if we had achieved something together. But you know, it's not like he was my practice partner or anything. But the guy was so happy he beat Mad Frog. He just stood up and he like shook my hand. I was like, what? That's like kind of odd, you know? Like, imagine if you're Mad Frog and you see that. You're like, this mod of... I can't believe they conspired against me. But no, like actually... I guess the guy was just like really happy in the moment that he beat Mad Frog. I think he might have been Caravaggio, but maybe it was King Crimson. It was one of the two for sure. Okay, still tier 2 for Lucifer, who's been creeping a whole bunch. On the other side, we got the Expo. Warden level 3 is on the hunt. Mana Pot! Oh my god. Yeah, I think it might have been Caravaggio. If you guys know about this, by the way, you're really old school, because guess what? That was 14 years ago. WC 2004 was 14 years ago. Some people that are playing and watching video games today, mostly Fortnite with Ninja, weren't even born then. Can you imagine that? Is he gonna get Invis pod? Oh, it's not day yet. Invis potion only comes when it's day. So in a little bit. Damn, that AP. Doesn't want to get pushed. Oh, he lost the Ancient of War, I think. While creeping this, maybe. So he's remaking it to have that at the front when that gets siege to buy time. Oui, Boob, c'est un tournoi. SK Sweet was the second dead from South Korea. Yeah, I remember Sweet. I was not the biggest fan of Sweet as a person. I always thought he was like a little bit of a D-bag, but I think he was alright. He was definitely a lot more reserved than a lot more Koreans. I think that's why. Like, we were spoiled because so many of the other Koreans, they were like so freaking nice. They would always hang out, always talk a whole lot, but Sweet was like a lot more reserved. Didn't speak much English at all, despite traveling a decent amount. He was probably introverted as well, which I was less understanding about it back then than I am now, I guess. And these items. Look at this guy, 500 mana pool, Belt of Giant Strength already on 1000 HP. 2 APs! Okay, well, LawLiet has had enough of these pushes. It's like if you attack my Expo, it's gonna take you 2 years to kill these. This will buy a lot of time. Oh yeah, the Ancient of War was there, so he just made an extra. What is this? LawLiet been watching my stream or? Je vais t'écraser Saint-Sec by Todd to Sweet. Non, c'était à Sussuriac que j'ai dit ça. Non, c'était à Ghost Top, pardon. C'était pas à Sweet. C'était Ghost Top qui arrêtait pas d'écrire en coréen. Yeah, Valford in the chat is talking about an old story where I told Ghost Top that I was gonna... Actually, I didn't even say I was gonna crush him as an insect. I remember specifically that. I was playing against Ghost Top and he kept writing in Korean in the game. And that really annoyed me, you know, like, I find it pretty disrespectful. That's like if I wrote in French or something. And then so I told him to stop. I think he was complaining about somebody smoking in his internet cafe or something like that. And so I told him to stop, but he didn't speak much English, so he kept on doing it. And then I was like, okay, well, this guy wants to write to me in Korean. I don't even know what he's saying, so I'll write in French. And I wrote to him something like, I'm gonna cut you up, you sheep or something. You know how before cooking a sheep, you have to kind of slay them and stuff. That's pretty much what I told him I was gonna do to him. And then I think I won that series actually. Ghost Top was also another guy who was kind of like Sweet. He didn't talk a whole lot. He was pretty reserved, and because of that, I always like wasn't his biggest fan for sure. By the way, that Warden, he's living on the edge. And I stuffed the fuck out of there. Nice ring, I guess that's gonna help, but not many Moonwells. LawLiet is super rich. Look at this. 1400. I wonder, wouldn't it be worth it? So, okay, there is a Dark Ranger third. It's 1.30. What if he made a ton of archers here with this? What if he made Mountain Giant mass archers? How about that? Can you imagine? Like Lucifer's getting destroyers and shit. He's like trying to get ready for a normal composition with bears and everything. The church sound, yeah. Yeah, I think it's not even a church. It's like a city hall or something. Oh my god. Is that the second Tome of Experience? I think so. Yeah, the crazy times of Warcraft 3 was when WC3L was running. And the chats inside of every game could be seen by everybody. So like anytime you would watch a WC3L replay, you had the whole chat included. And a lot of people were really immature in those games. Including myself. We always would write so much bullshit in those games and people would like react to them. Like drama was like a whole part of the scene. Jesus. Nobody's dropping any bad items this series. Oh, that's really cute. I love this. 1 gold did die though. Almost, yeah. I guess closing in on level 6. Without that though, that might already have been level 6. Deny it! That feeling when you play Night Elf, but you're really a human player trapped in a Night Elf body. That's what your bases look like. He got the building upgrade as well. He got the Night Elf masonry, if you will. Like Frywan of Clashland, yeah. I remember, like, I used to troll Frywan so much. Like, by then I was already, like, you know, one of the better players in Warcraft 3. And I would create Smurfs and go on Frywan and, like, just kind of troll around. Because there were so many cocky people on Frywan. A lot of people liked to pretend that they were, like, the top dogs in Warcraft. Kinda like to this day. A lot of people think they're really good, but they really are not. So I would go on Frywan and then just kind of listen for a little bit, or taunt people. And there was always these guys that would think they're so good, and I would just challenge them, and I'd just destroy them all. Did you just blink from here? Jesus. Ooh, be careful. He's gonna blink out, I guess. Silence? Imagine if he had dust and he silenced. I guess he would have forced the anti-magic into blink out. Ooh. Nice.
A player's forces are under attack.
So what do you say about Teds? I didn't... It's funny, like, so many of these undeads I wasn't a big fan of. Actually, so many of these undeads, they were like really introverted guys that didn't talk to anyone, except maybe for like Fov and Lucifer. They're like the exception, and I really like them. So Ted was kind of the same. I don't think he talked to too many people. He was pretty reserved. So I didn't really like him. I didn't dislike him, but I didn't like him. Because I didn't know him too much.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh my god. Lucifer doesn't know about this one, I think. Damn, LawLiet. I think LawLiet's winning this game. Like, look at his gold. He's just gonna get an insane army. And he's bound to get level 6 at some point. Todd, I don't think your sub count is working. As sub, then it didn't pop up. Not a big deal for me, but might be a problem going forward. Deno HRV, try to refresh the page. Do F5. Sometimes it's a bug from Twitch, and if you just refresh, oh my god, that dust. If you just refresh the page, then it's gonna show up. I did refresh, really. So maybe it's a Streamlab issue. Then let me tab out for a sec. I'm gonna have a look. Damn, that statue is like, you fucking what? Shot at the warden. You want a piece of me? I'm surprised he's not using more Invis potion. Actually, is LawLiet. Could get stealthily into those gold mines. Yeah, I don't see any subs, so maybe it's totally bugged. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to refresh properly. So just give it some time. It might appear in a little bit. Just give it like a few minutes. Maybe try to refresh one more time or something. Not a big deal for you. Well, it's a big deal for me, you know. I want to give the proper shout outs if somebody subs, because I really appreciate it. And I guess thank you for the sub, I can say it right now. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Streamlabs, but sometimes there is a few issues with that, which really frustrates me. I actually blinked on the right side. What did I tell you guys? Mountain Giants. I hated Foth because he played Mass Destroyers in 1.21, I think, which was super OP, but of course now I know it's not really that I hate him, it was about Undead Race. Foth was a really good player all around with everything. That's the thing. He was like one of the nicer guys out there. And I think one of the reasons he was so nice and modest is that I think he probably got a hard time in school and stuff. He probably got bullied a fair bunch. I think he had like a jaw that was like really wide. And after winning SWC 2005, was it? He was either 2004 or 2005. Maybe, I think 2004. He got an operation for his jaw, like jaw reduction, basically. Like in Korea, surgery is like very common if you want to improve your physique. And he got that, and I think he was pretty happy with it. Okay, the army is incredibly scary. 2-2 upgrades. Okay, one thing about LawLiet that I cannot praise enough is that he always gets so many upgrades. He's gonna be 3-3 in a bit. And on the other side, we got 1-0. Like, LawLiet is just so good at upgrading. Look at his hippos. Lucifer is like, what do I do? Do I transform destroyers? No, I can't. He actually doesn't have web. Oh my god, this is bad. Why are you fighting? Where are the hippos? Oh my god, what is going on in this game? That was sick.